Hey guys, welcome back to the BrickTech Live late night radio show. Just got done working and I thought I'd jump on here for a minute just to hang out and chat. Probably one of my favorite series that I do on this channel. Probably my favorite series I do on this channel. I love the conversation. This is something I really enjoy doing, even though it's very different from what most Lego stuff is, and it's not even really Lego related for the most part, other than maybe some of the conversation we have, but it's just one of those things, and I get a lot of responses from this series that I do where people enjoy it. They like listening to it, not only live, but the next day. So if you're one of those people, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, morning, night, whatever it is, to hang out. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, got a lot of highs coming in. Thank you guys for stopping by. We can talk about it. But speaking of series, I guess we should talk about that. I came up with a new series for BrickTech Live. I think it was yesterday, maybe? Today, yesterday, 2 days ago. All my days are melting together. I've been busy, guys. It's been crazy. Been trying to do like daily uploads on 2 separate channels, which is not an easy thing to do. It's just the editing time it adds up, especially when you're trying to run a household and take care of a 3-year-old. First world problems, right? But no, seriously, I love what I do. There's nothing I'm more passionate about than making videos, creating content. I love every aspect of it, including the editing part. That's just the most time-consuming part of it. But man, it feels good when you wake up in the beginning of the day and you're like, this is my goal. This is what I want to accomplish. I want to do this, this, and this. I want to get this edited. I want to get this filmed. I want to do like whatever it is. And I love at the end of the day, excuse me, I love at the end of the day saying I accomplished exactly what I wanted to accomplish and everything went A-okay. It's just great. What was I talking about? Oh, the new series that I thought of. The new series that I want to do is called Drawitect. And you're probably like, what is Drawitect? Well, it's where your favorite Lego YouTuber, hopefully me, maybe someone else, hopefully me if you're listening to this, I'm going to draw things that you guys recommend me drawing in the chat. So like maybe a Lego set, you want me to draw like a certain thing from a Lego set, you want me to draw your favorite Lego YouTuber. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to buy an Apple Pencil first of all, and I'm going to use that with my iPad. I'm going to plug my iPad into my computer. I don't know the logistics of this yet, but I'm going to plug it into my computer. I'm going to hook that up with OBS, and you'll be able to see what I'm drawing in real time as I draw. So Drawitect is going to be the newest series on BrickTech Live. In addition to Snackatect, what else do we have? Late night radio shows, building streams. Is there anything else I do? I need some more shows. I want to create like a series here. You know, like ABC or NBC has, you know, you got a TV show you tune into on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I want to have something like that where I have a schedule. But I don't want to get into a thing where I feel like I have to stream because it's Monday night. And that's the night that Drawitect comes out, or whatever we're calling it. Drawitect. That's what I'm calling it. Let me know what you guys think about that idea. Breaking it down with BrickTech. Yes, that's another one. Although breaking it down may end up going over on regular BrickTech. I've been thinking about that. Because I basically just want to film myself tearing apart some Lego sets. And then I want to record that, and then I want to answer your questions or talk about topics, almost like Ask M&R. And I already talked to Ryan about it. I was like, hey, I want to do this like idea for a video series, and I'm like, it's going to be a lot like M&R. You don't mind me like kind of ripping that idea off or whatever, or kind of stepping on that. And he said he didn't have any problems with it. So that's thinking about doing it. I think that would work in a much better format than doing it live. When you said Apple Pencil, I thought it was a pencil with a palette at the end. No, an Apple Pencil it's an expensive stylus, is what it is, but it works really well. So that's going to be my only cost, and I think it'll be a good investment. I think it'll be a fun series. I've never seen anyone do it before. Why don't I be the first person? So Drawitect to be a thing. Think of some things you want me to draw. I'm not an artist by any means, although I was voted most artistic in my senior class. I've never drawn on an iPad before, so it should be some funny stuff that I draw. Crazy asks a good question. This is the reason that I love late night radio shows, guys. Let's give a hand to Crazy. Crazy Shenanigans. Do you feel like you don't really have enough time for everything you want to do? Absolutely. 100% I don't feel like I have enough time for everything I want to do. And luckily, I have a wonderful mother-in-law. She's probably not listening to this. She may be. She takes Clark Man 1 day a week. Today was that day. I take him over there around 10 o'clock in the morning. And from 10 o'clock until like 4:30-ish, I do nothing but work. I bust it, guys. And I feel like I'm just so appreciative of that, because it's so hard to get stuff done when Clark's here. As much as I love the little dude, and one day I'm going to like really miss this time we have together because he's going to go to school and everything, I just really love being able to get a lot of work done. Because with him here, we film together, but I can't just sit at my computer for 6 hours that day or 8 hours that day while he's just sitting there staring at me or watching TV or whatever. That's not what I want to do. So I usually wait until he goes down for a nap after lunch, and that's when I kind of get as much done as I can in whatever time that I have. So don't take this as me complaining, because I absolutely love my life and I love having the little dude with me, and I'm very appreciative that I can do exactly what I love to do for a living. I just wish I could do more of it. Like, if it was up to me, like, I would probably go a little crazy, to be honest. I'd go way crazy. I would, like, if it was just me and I didn't have a family, my God, I'd probably be doing this 16 hours a day. And it's not good, but I'm just so passionate into the video thing. Like, I'd probably be uploading 3 videos a day. I don't know what Greg's role would turn into. Probably just me, like, slowly going crazy, which may be fascinating to watch too. Yo, Maniac, what's happening, bro? We're just talking about me not having enough time to get all the stuff I want to get done. I think maybe everybody experiences that. I think about people that work 40, 50 hours a week. I used to do about 55 hours a week with all the time included, with like lunch breaks and commuting and all that fun stuff. And then I really didn't have time to do the stuff I want to do, but now I do. So I'm thankful for that. I just wish I could get more done, because I want to put more out there. And it's not even about money. It's just like, I just feel a sense of accomplishment when I have this idea. Sometimes I'm in the shower and I just come up with this idea and I'm like, that's going to be it. That's what I'm doing today. And then I love at the end when I'm clicking that publish button and it's like what I had in my mind became a reality. Like, I'm even thinking about how I'm going to, start the video, how it's going to kind of play out. A lot of times that doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes it gets better because it doesn't go as planned. But I don't know, everything that you see is kind of looks like it's on the fly, but I'm kind of thinking about how things should go, ideally. But if you ever try making a video with a 3-year-old, don't plan too hard, because things are going to go their own way. And I'm telling you, that's where the magic happens. CT says, Greg, it's okay to take some breaks once in a while. You don't have time. I've been uploading on both channels. Games with Greg has been neglected. It's so hard to properly manage 4 channels without losing something somewhere. And Games with Greg has been neglected quite a bit. Drawitect Live has been neglected quite a bit. I need to really concentrate on those like after hours. But sometimes, like after Clark goes to bed, it's just like, I just want to lay on the couch with my iPad and watch some YouTube. Sometimes that's what I like to do. Just be a bum. And I'll tell you, last Sunday, I didn't do anything on Sunday. And that is rare for me. Today, I've been going since this morning with just working on various things. Sunday, I was just such a bum. And a part of me felt guilty about it. Like, I think it was like from like noon. I edited some videos in the morning, but in the afternoon, we watched this show called Ozarks, The Ozarks, which is on Netflix. Fantastic show if you ever want to watch it. And after that, I was just on my iPad laying on the couch. Mrs. was home, so she was taking care of dinner, and Clark Man was doing his thing. I just really enjoyed a day. I enjoyed that, but I felt guilty afterwards, and I could have gotten a lot more accomplished. I could have been here streaming, but it was just one of those days, man. So, yeah, Maniac says, it's good to have a nothing day once in a while. I like that word, nothing day. Just a veg. I try to avoid the guilt. Here's something that I think of when it comes to wasting time. I don't think time's wasted if you're enjoying yourself. People say watching TV is a waste of time. Playing video games is a waste of time. Making a late night radio show is a waste of time. But if you like what you're doing, is it really a waste? Like, who justifies what's a waste? Does it have to be productive? I feel like it's productive, and I think we've talked about this before. I feel like I've talked about everything that I've ever had in my mind, but I think if you're having fun and you're entertained, that's productive. You may not have any to show for it. You might not, maybe being productive at a job is more profitable than being productive laying on the couch and watching TV, but both accomplish something, which is to pursue your goals, right? BFAB says, no breaks for you, Greg. Get back to making videos. Yes. My fingers hurt. No. Tomorrow, I think it's just going to be a one video day. I don't think I'm going to space my Greg's World stuff out a little bit because we have some plans this weekend, so I need to kind of space some stuff. I got some stuff in the can, though, as they say. I got to make an update on that last live stream I did on here. Was it the last one or one before that? The one where we did the eBay deals. I saw BFAB did his video today. I need to do mine because I also got my item in the mail that I put an offer on, so I'm waiting for that. Tim says, do a 10 video day. Man, you guys would not like me after that. I had some people the other day when all the deals were popping off, when I did 3 of them. And people are like, man, 3 videos in a day. I thought, I worry like people are going to be like, that's just too much. I've seen enough of this guy. But when deals are happening, excuse me, you got to be on top of it. I try to share them as quick as I can and get it out there. Because even if there's one person that's like, yeah, I've been looking for the Ninjago fire mech. I want to scoop that up for 45 bucks. I didn't know that deal was happening. There you go. Totally worth it. But for a lot of people are like, all right, this is the 3rd time you posted today, bro. Let's knock it off. Let's knock it off. That's when I got in trouble with BrickTech Live, when people were getting fired up about that. I'll tell you, though, when you have a YouTube channel and you do anything different from what you've been doing in the past, people get fired up about it. Your guy that has a Lego channel, and you got a 2-year-old son that may be interested in it and you want to share that hobby with him, people get fired up about bringing him in. They don't like it. Who's this kid? That kid's annoying. I don't like that kid. All right? So you leave. Get out of here. This is what we're going to do. And then you got all the people that love him. You don't have him in a video. Where's the kid? We want the kid. It's just so funny. And then you find live streaming. You become super passionate about it. People are like, why are you posting so many live streams? I hate live streams. Quit doing it. All right, so you make your own live streaming channel. Like I do all these things to accommodate people and try not to make as many people angry as possible while simultaneously doing what I love to do. So yeah, that's that. I don't regret anything that I've done. I don't regret bringing Clark in on the videos. It's probably my favorite part of Lego collecting. If Clark wasn't a part of this, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't be making as many videos as I do, because some sets I buy because I know he's going to love them. And it's just fun sharing that. And I know someday I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. So let's take advantage of it. I don't regret starting a live streaming channel. I love live streaming. I think I would have lost a lot of people on my main channel had I uploaded the 180 or 190 streams that I've done since February. I think people would have been really fired up about it. That cat guy says, what's the most important thing in your life currently? It's always going to be family. It's always creating security for my family. And that's pretty much what I live after, or what I thrive for. Thrive after, thrive for, live for. Creating security for my family, you know, like the revenue this generates, that's security for my family. My family's fed, my family has a roof over their head. That's good. That's all I could ask for, you know. I like to have some margin in my life. That's important. Follow my dreams. I think that's important to everybody. Sometimes you have to not take the direct path there. Sometimes you have to climb over some mountains, go through the water, but eventually you get there. Everything takes time. Some of you guys are really young too. You got a lot of time to get to where you want to get to. I did get a question, what sets should I ask for Christmas? I don't know. It really depends on your interests and what you have. You can't go wrong. Look at Clarkman's holiday catalog review. Go through there. Clarkman gave you some good recommendations, which is, I want every set in the entire catalog. But yeah, I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about next year on YouTube. Things have been going really well this year. I think quitting my job was the smartest decision that I've ever made in my life. Well, I won't say that, but it was a good decision. This year's been really good. I'm hoping next year continues to be so. I'm going to keep working as hard, if not harder, next year. Clark will be 4, probably going to preschool at some point. When he goes to school, I'll kind of get that dream that I had of working as hard as I can during the day. And I think you'll see a lot of content coming out of me. And yeah, new series coming here, which if you're just tuning in, I talked about that a little bit earlier. We're talking about Drawitect, where I'm going to be taking requests to do drawings and having fun doing that. Kind of an art series, something I've never seen done before, but something I think could be really engaging. We got Breaking It Down that's going to be over on probably Brickitect as like a question and answer series or topic series. I got that new series, which is Am I Buying It? The question that everyone wants to know on every set that comes out. Essentially a news series where it's not necessarily news, but just my opinion and how I feel, which I think is probably what people come to me for. If you want Lego news, I think Just Too Good's your man for that. Ryan, of course, but I don't know. What do you want to know what Brickitect thinks? So just a lot of stuff that I want to do. I have I want to talk about this. A new series on Greg's World. This is going to be a really important series to me. Almost as important as Home Alone with Clark, but one that's probably going to be a much longer running series. It's called Lunch with My Son. And it's a series that I want to start like right when Clark turns 4. And like we're just going to pick a day out of the week. I don't know if we're going to do it every week, maybe every couple weeks. I'm going to take Clark out for lunch. We're going to show the food we're eating. I'm going to talk to him about whatever it is that he wants to talk about. And I want this to be a series that runs for like the next 40 years. So there'll be episodes, episode 1, episode 3, episode 600. Like I want to take Clark out for lunch when I'm like 70. And I want to look back on when it was like when we took him out for lunch when he was 4. So lunch with my son. Maybe sometimes lunch with my son and wife. But it'll be like our little thing we do together. And we'll go to random places. I'll try new foods. It'll be like a food review thing with also, like a family vlog effect to it. And I'm stoked about that. These are all ideas that I just come up with like, honestly, in the shower. Sometimes I just come up with ideas. I'm like, dude, this is fantastic. This is exactly what I want for my time capsule. So we'll go to random places and eat lunch. Sounds pretty fun, right? Who doesn't like going out for lunch with us? Maybe we'll do it as a live stream one day. That'll be kind of weird, right? Brooke Song says, definitely admire you for being able to walk away from your day job to follow your passion. I wish I had the guts to do it. Really? It doesn't come down to guts. Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was a lot of preparation, my friend. I talked about this at length on various live streams, and I think probably in Greg's World as well, but it was that grind. You see, as passionate as I am about YouTube, I became very passionate about paying off our debt. And I did that for about 5 years. We both had pretty good jobs with decent income, and I went on that grind. And once you pay off your debt, you'll realize just how little money you need to survive off of. And if you have the YouTube thing on the side, it's like, okay, especially if you have a spouse that has a stable job and health insurance, that definitely helps. My ideal goal, and I don't know if we'll ever get to this point or not, I would love it if my wife could quit her job. But the problem is, and some of you guys aren't from the United States, health insurance. Health insurance is very expensive, and we'd have to buy that. And also, all of our eggs would be in one basket with the YouTube scene. So if something bad happened, if YouTube overreacts or ads go down, there's some type of collapse or something like that, it could be very bad for our family. So I do like having that stable job with having a wife that's a teacher, who's in a union, who's been at her job for 8 years or whatever, who's up on the totem pole, who has health insurance. And I'm happy that we have the 3 months together every year during the summer where we can travel and do the things that we love to do. But I'd love to have 12 months a year. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but if we ever get up there, maybe it'll be something we can do. Addison says, once you're doing well enough, you can build that safety net too. Yeah, definitely recommend having some savings if you're ever going to make that leap. We were fortunate enough to have some savings, and we paid off all of our debts, including our mortgage, which is a big thing. I mean, if any of you are adults, you know how much of a portion of your income your either rent or mortgage is. That takes a good swath out of you. Swath. It takes a cut out of you. So you get rid of that. You get rid of your credit card debt. You don't have a car payment. You don't have student loans. All those things we battled through. You realize, like, hey, like if YouTube collapsed, we could live off of my wife's income. I wouldn't be having a party every day. I wouldn't be buying the UCS Millennium Falcon. We wouldn't be going on vacations. I wouldn't be driving a Mercedes, but we would be eating. Our house wouldn't be freezing. You know, everything would be okay. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. Maniac says, swath. No, that was Addison says that. It's good to have goals, even if there's uncertainty achieving them in the near future. You never know what good can also happen. Goals, I think, are the most important thing that you can have in your life. Everything that I do is driven off of goals. Everything. I feel like if I didn't have the goals that I have, I would get very depressed. Very depressed. I think about people that go to prison. I think about people that maybe you got life in prison, for example, and maybe they deserve to be there. But you basically, when you put somebody in prison like that, you take away all their goals, all their motivations, and it would be a terrible way to live. And I think even without being in prison, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have something you're working towards, man, I don't know what gets you out of bed in the morning, what gets you excited. Like for me, it's just doing more and moving on and achieving things and creating. For a long time, it was getting out of debt. It was like, how long is this going to take? What do I have to do to get there? And like I had countdowns. I was doing the math. I was figuring it out. Like that drove me. Now the YouTube thing drives me. Everything has to have a purpose. And sometimes like when I lose sight of that, I'm like, what am I doing? But if you can keep a hold of that goal, whatever your goal is, I'm not saying your goal needs to be to quit your job or become a full-time YouTuber. I don't think many people want that. Maybe your goal is to get a girlfriend or boyfriend. Maybe your goal is to get an apartment of your own, whatever it is. Whether it's financial, social, whatever. When you get up tomorrow, just think, what am I going to do today to get a little bit closer to that? How can I get one step closer to the mile away that goal is? Maybe it's working an extra half hour. Maybe it's picking up some overtime. Maybe it's getting a second job. Maybe it's getting a job. Maybe it's going and meeting somebody somewhere. I don't know. But just a little bit. Oh, thank you for the donation. Not Expert Thief. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Makes me feel valuable. Ian asks, what was my job before YouTube? Well, I worked in a finance company. I started at the bottom, and now I'm here. No. I worked at a finance company. I went to school for business administration with a concentration in finance and economics. I wanted to go to school to be a graphic designer. And looking back on it now, that would have been the smartest thing I could have done because I'd be using that knowledge right now in my job. But I was like, no, the art thing isn't going to make you any money, Greg. Not until you start Drawitect on Brickatech Live and someone donates 99 cents like that. That's the only time you're going to be a professional artist. What you need to do is go to school for business. So I did. I got my master's, or not my master's, wish I did. Got my bachelor's degree. Immediately out of school, I got a job at a finance company as a financial representative, essentially a loan officer. I would have people would call me. I would get an application for credit over the phone. Say they were looking for $5,000 to go on vacation. It's an expensive vacation. I would get their information. I'd look at their credit, analyze their credit, determine how they've paid things in the past, how they're paying things now. If they've had any problems with their credit, I'd talk it over with them. I'd get a feel for that person, which is important because your credit history isn't everything. It's talking to somebody. Then I would make a decision. How much money is this person eligible for? How much money would I feel comfortable giving them if it were my money? I would make that decision. I would call the person, tell them they're approved, have them come in, and I'd help them close their loan, and they'd walk away and have a $5,000 vacation. Then after that, if they didn't pay, I would call them and be like, hey, this is Greg. What happened? I gave you that money, and you were supposed to be good for it, and then you stopped paying it. And they're like, oh, this happened. I'm like, all right. Fine, that's cool. We can work this out, and I'd help people out with that. Sometimes they would never call me back, and that's what you call a bad loan. So that's where I started out. Then I worked my way up to the assistant manager, which essentially is the same thing, only I got paid more. And then eventually I worked up to branch manager, which was essentially supervising all the people that did those things and approving the loan amounts over a certain amount. So I could do loans up to $25,000. I could do mortgages. We did retail financing, all that fun stuff. So, man, thinking back about that job, I enjoyed that job. I was good at it. I was really good at my job. I liked it, but it was a lot of hours. It wasn't my passion, but I was good at it. And I loved money. I could analyze people's credit so well. I feel like I made good decisions, and I think they saw that, which is why I rose through the ranks. But once I became manager, I realized that I really hated my life. I hated managing other people. I liked working independently. I liked being in charge of my own destiny and not someone else's, especially people that were morons. People that you would show how to do something, and then they, for months, couldn't figure it out, and you'd have to keep doing it. And I found myself doing 3 people's jobs on my own because it was easier for me to do it than to show them for the 15th time how to do it. And I started just getting burnt out on it. So we were kind of at that point, luckily, like 6 months into that, we'd become debt-free, and I was like, all right, I got to do something here. Plus, at the same time, we lost our babysitter, which was Clark's grandmother. So I was like, all right, Cody's going back to school in August. I'm going to pull the trigger on this, demonetized. And that's what I did. I went all in on YouTube. And I haven't looked back. So there's my story. I don't know if you're looking for like the 15-minute version of it, but that's the story. So if anything ever happens with YouTube, I guess I could always go back into, I guess I'd want to be as a credit analyst or a loan officer. I could do that very well. I don't want to manage people again. I would take less money to not have to do that. Oh, plus I forgot to mention I was on salary, which means that you work free overtime basically. So when I would work over 40 hours prior to becoming a manager, I got paid overtime. It was fantastic. And then they're like, hey, we're going to put you on salary, which sounds great because you're getting more money. But then you realize, wait a minute, I'm working 50 hours a week. I'm not making any more money than I would have been if I was working overtime. It was a good job. All right. It's Brick says, I feel that why sit in an office and work for someone else's dreams? Work for your own dreams is how I see it. You're an inspiration, Greg. Agreed. I think I've talked about this before. Working for someone else is a terrible idea. I mean, you want to think that it's secure, and it somewhat is. But tomorrow you could go in and that person you're working for could say, hey, it's Bricks. We don't need you anymore. Here's your unemployment. Go get unemployment. And you're never going to get rich working for someone else. They may pay you something, but you have to know that if they're paying you $10 an hour, they're probably making $30 an hour off of your labor. Your employer's never going to want you to be wealthy because then they're going to lose you as an employee. And they're always going to be benefiting from your labor. So I honestly believe the best thing you can do, and definitely the way the tax laws are set up in the United States at least, the best thing you can do is be self-employed. And if you can, be a self-employed person that works from home, which is essentially what I do. Because this area that I'm in, the area that you see where Drawitect Studio is and Games with Greg, this is a tax write-off. And a lot of the expenses of our house are a tax write-off. In fact, as I see it, and I'm assuming as my accountant will see it this year, because this is the first year I'm actually going to have my taxes professionally done. It's a necessity this year. Every Lego set I buy is also a tax write-off. I'm not buying these things for fun, right? Uncle Sam, if you're listening. I'm buying these things because I run a business called Drawitect. Actually, it doesn't really have a name, but I'm running a business. And that Lego set is an investment. It's a piece of inventory that I plan to use to make money, right? I'm not looking to have fun with it. I'm not looking to open it up with my son and play around with it. We don't even know what Star Wars is. Look at us calling people Jenny. Right? No, but honestly, it's kind of a gray area. Here's the question for you accountants out there. Lunch with my son. It's a video series where I have to go out to eat with my son. Is that lunch, my receipt from that lunch, is that a tax write-off? That's a question for my accountant. right? I'm not going out for lunch just for fun. We're having a business conversation here, which I've actually recorded. I don't know, guys. I'm just messing around, but I don't know if a $10 lunch at KFC is going to matter too much on my taxes, but you know, it's one of those things you can think about. How about this? I take my wife and my son to Hawaii because we're going to vlog our experience there. This is a travel documentary that I'm planning to make. I brought my equipment with me. I have receipts. Everything is for this documentary that I'm creating because I'm a movie maker. I'm a filmmaker that posts on YouTube. Is that vacation to Hawaii a tax write-off? I want to say that it is. Right? We're not going there for vacation. It just happens to be a side effect of it. You hear about this all the time when people go out for, you know, business dinners or whatever, and all you have to do is essentially send in your receipt, I guess. I don't even know if you have to. I guess you send an email afterwards saying, hey, I enjoyed our conversation about our business venture. Does anyone even want to talk about this? I don't know why I'm talking about this. We started talking about business, I guess. Vic in the Brook says, I'm learning about taxes in school and it's boring. Yes, but geez, if you ever become self-employed, learn all you can about taxes or get an accountant that knows everything there is about taxes. Just keep great records of all the things you do. Will's Build says, wait, you're telling me I don't watch a father and son and playing with toys every day. You're telling me that I'm watching a man and a child buy Legos and act like they're having fun for money? Very much so. This is 100% business. In fact, Clark isn't even my son. He's a paid actor. You heard of the Olsen twins? I couldn't get them. Apparently they're grown up. So I had to settle for Clark. Maniac says, do I still accept postcards in mail time? Yes, I do. I accept anything in mail time. I'll share it on the channel. If you're wondering why there wasn't mail time last week, I got 3 letters in the mail, and I thought that's not really enough to justify a video, so I'll stack those up and we'll save them when we have enough mail to justify a video. So let's move on to topics. What else haven't we covered? I talked about some of the things that I'm planning to do. I've given you some advice, maybe. I don't know if you can hear Roxy stretching out over here, but I think she's having a nice dream and snoring too. Something very comforting about having your dog in the room with you. Will's Build says, like those fake toy channels. Oh, don't get me started, Will. Don't get me started on these. I banned Clark from watching these toy channels. Can we talk about that for a second? Of course we can, because I make the decisions around here. I'm just kidding. Ryan's Toy Reviews. We've talked about him before. Clark loves him. Started watching him a little bit here and there. Until he started saying, buy Ryan's toys from Walmart and Walmart.com, which is how they apparently end their videos. And I watched one of these videos. It was Ryan outside riding a bicycle, and his mom running behind him out of breath, and his dad was out there too. And apparently the bike is a Ryan's World bike that you can buy at Walmart. So essentially the entire video is a commercial for the bike that they sell. And when I heard Clark basically start uttering the words that they're selling to him, I was like, all right, we're done. We're done here. Because if there's any parents listening to this, please, you're probably already learned the hard way. But you know what Clark's going to do next time we go to Walmart? And he sees Ryan's face on the front of those toys that they have there. Because Ryan's World toys, it's called Ryan's World. Apparently stole Greg's World from me. They're at Walmart. And you know what's going to happen when we roll through that aisle? Clark's going to want those toys. Not because they're good toys, which they may be. Because they're Ryan's. And I just can't have that. So we're done with the toy channels. He liked watching that one and Izzy's Toy Time. Izzy's isn't that bad, but I don't know. I'd rather him just watch some Netflix shows or something like that, something educational. Anybody watch these toy channels? Am I the only person that has any experience in these? Hope so. But if you watch them, let me know. YouTube is for content, not advertisement. Yeah, totally, man. But if you guys do need any shirts, links in the description. You can do this, that. You can do this, that, the other. Make sure you buy all my stuff. Available at gregsworld.com. I don't know. I had to cut him off, though. He does like watching train videos, and I'm trying to find some train videos that aren't like Conus 2002 style. Trains are is like one that I can respect and watch. I enjoy that because it's not like this fake parent that's like behind the camera hiding themselves and trying to get their kid to act in a certain way. Like I noticed with these toy videos, and I'm going to move on to the next topic. You guys can throw some stuff out there. What disturbs me about these toy videos is that the kids do very little in the videos. It's usually the parents that are like super excited behind the camera, and then the kid just kind of like nods his head or like says yes or no. And it's, I don't know, it's just something very unnatural about it to me. Which is why I hope we never get lumped into that category, because I feel like with me and Clark, it's just like us doing our thing, and it, like we're just, I don't know. I want to say it's like normal. I don't know. Maybe people look at our videos and they're like, man, this is messed up. I can't have my kid watch this because now he wants to buy all these Lego sets these guys are advertising. I don't know. We should do a Brickbuster on Ryan's World. He's not really in the Lego space though, so I don't know if that one would go over, but he just got brick busted by me. He got Brickitect busted. I want to do a spoof Brickbuster on Ryan. I think that'd be hilarious. I think his fans would really get into it. It's Brick says they basically enslave their children for their own financial benefits. Yeah, Brickstar actually commented on my video where I talked about the toy channels once before. I think it was on a late night radio show. Somehow we always go around to this. He said he thinks that some of these channels are violating child labor laws with the way that they make their kids act in these shows. And I don't know, maybe, but you have to think about it. Like Ryan's set for life. I think he's good to go. So they've made enough money that I don't think Ryan will ever have to work a day in his life. So maybe it was worth it for him. But I said in the last stream, and this will be the last thing that I say about this. I like to know what Ryan's parents are going to do someday when he's like 16 years old and they're like, Ryan, make sure you advertise your toy line that's at Walmart. And he's like, Mom, I'm going for a drive in my Maserati. I ain't got time for this. And they're like, what about our paycheck? I don't know. Let's move on to something else here. And here we go. I see Easy's is here. If you want to see how to do kids content and do it right, do it like Easy's Boys. I don't know if you guys have checked their channel out. They make great stuff. And it's like funny skits and dressing up and dogs driving to the pet store. It's just that to me is so much better than the parents like directing the kids to do like to say things and like pitching products at the end of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Obviously, I'm in the minority though because they got millions of subscribers. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. This is a great idea. Maybe I should do a Lego video in the style of Ryan's World. Just one video. That would be hilarious. I don't know if anybody in my community would get the joke though, because I don't think there's a lot of crossover. Oh my God, that would be so funny though. Maniac, maybe we move on from this toy stuff. Speaking of that, I'm going to answer your question here in a second, Maniac. Speaking of toy channels, I had someone say to me on Greg's World today, they said, I feel like this channel is turning into a toy channel. I liked it when you guys are doing fun stuff, like when you went out and built a snowman. And I was like, dude, I have a 3-year-old son who loves toys. Of course this is going to be like a toy channel. That's his hobby. Like, he's probably talking about the Thomas videos and stuff, but the kid loves Thomas. So, of course, like, that's what's happening. I'm going to make videos about it. And I said, I don't see how us unboxing a Thomas train or whatever and having fun doing that is any different from us building a snowman. Like, it's us as a family doing something we like to do. I don't see why that's a problem. And if Greg's World does turn into a toy channel, at least for the time being, I'm fine with that because I enjoy this stuff just as much as Clarkman does, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, Easy says, as long as my kids are having fun, I think that's okay. Yeah, until you're like slave driving, you're like, listen, we need another take. You did it wrong. Again. No, I'm sure it's not like that. I think everybody's having a good time, and you can tell. Maniac asks, though, do you like trying a new food item every time you go out, or do you go for something you've already tasted? I try new things. Like, I always try to go for the new thing that they have. Like, the one thing I want to try right now is the waffle chicken, or the chicken and waffles at KFC. I want to try that next time I go there. But if we go to, like, wherever, I just try to see what the new thing is in the menu, and I give it a whirl. So that'll make, I think, lunch with my son a little more interesting. Although I think Clark's meals will probably consist of chicken fingers and french fries, at least as far forward as I can see. Maybe on Lunch with My Son episode 68, it'll probably switch over to something else when he's like 12, but we'll see. Will's Build says, if Clark ever starts watching Ben 10, I'll sell my collection because they're just gathering dust in a box. I feel like he's watched the show before because I heard him say, Ben 10. I don't know if that's the show. I think that's like the song. But yeah, he does that, I think. What's my favorite UCS Star Wars set? I don't own any of them. I guess the crown jewel would be the UCS Millennium Falcon, though. I might do that at 50,000 subscribers, God willing we ever get there. I'm thinking about doing something crazy. That's $800 though. But I want to stream like the whole thing in one sitting. No, I'd be dead. Yeah, I don't own any UCS Star Wars sets, I don't think. I don't think you consider BB-8 one, even though he comes with like the little card. But I think that's pretty cool, even though I had a mother trucker of a time trying to build him. Kraken Brick says, get a Lepin UCS Falcon. Let me look it up and see how much it is out of curiosity. I think that would probably be a hit on the YouTubes. If I got a UCS Millennium Falcon that was Lepin, people would probably, there'd be one heck of a reaction. I don't even know if they make the UCS one. Maybe someone can look that up for me. Maybe they do. I can't tell just from the photos. Is it this one that's like $265? I don't know. I do like Bootleggo. I like doing that as a series. I think it's a lot of fun. I think, like, I don't know, it's something different, something people aren't doing. I hate to do the same thing that everyone else is doing. And I feel like the worst thing you can do on YouTube is be like everyone else. Unless you want to be like Ryan's World, who has 17 million subscribers, and, you know, you might as well copy them because they're doing something right. Yeah, I've never spent that much money. That's another, maybe one of our next streams. I'm running low on Bootleggo. Maybe in one of these upcoming streams, maybe even tomorrow night, we'll jump on to AliExpress, our friends from overseas, and we'll do some snooping around for some Lego stuff or some Bootleggo stuff, and you guys can give me some advice on what to buy. That's how I got Thanos, or Thanos. Someone was telling me I say it wrong. Maybe I do. That's how I got him, and we got the Deadpool last time. I still have the Voltron Bootleggo minifig to share. I don't even know where it is at this point. It's been in the backlog. I think he got lost. I think he got eaten by Boost. We'll jump on and we'll do that. I need to do another Lego deal hunting video. I need to finish up the Manta Ray Bomber. I got a lot of stuff that I need to do. I got a lot of stuff, man. I need more days. Oh, Easy says, just get a puppy if you want a successful YouTube channel. Yeah, what you need to do is get on the puppy lease program, where you get a puppy and then every 6 months they'll give you a new puppy to replace that one, so it's always a puppy. Because I don't know if anyone's had a dog out there, but they don't stay puppies forever. That's the hard part. But Roxy Bear, I wish I had more video of her as a puppy. She was a puppy for about 3 weeks, and then she was like giant. But man, puppies are the best. So that's definitely the key. That's what blew up Greg's World initially. Bringing our puppy home. Well, it's like one of my first videos, which is absolute jank at this point. That got me some success. So yeah, get a puppy, get a cute kid, and you're rolling on YouTube. Maniac says all I have to do is buy Bootleggo at Five Below and you'll be set for a month or two. Yeah, I'm looking for, like, I've seen some stuff that you can find locally like that Best Lock stuff and some other weird brands. I'm looking for straight up rip-offs of Lego. I think that's the fun stuff, especially if I have something to compare it to. So we'll go searching around there. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow night if you guys are available. We'll go on there and we'll mess around on AliExpress, and we'll buy a $1.50 minifig and a $86 UCS Millennium Falcon. I don't know what they cost, but that'd be pretty cool. I will say one thing about kids and dogs. They grow up fast, so try to record as much of them as you can, whether you're doing it for YouTube or if you're just doing it for your own personal memories. Cherish all those times, because I'm looking at Clark and I'm like, dang, this kid's almost 4 years old, and I wish I had so much more. But I do have a lot. I probably have more footage recorded of him than most people do of their kids, I suppose, but you can always want more. Itzbrick says, what do you recommend about dealing with school/work and YouTube at the same time? Well, you got to prioritize. That's what it comes down to. So obviously school comes number one, and work or whatever you have. And then find a place for YouTube or a time for YouTube. You don't have to go crazy like you see me doing, where I'm making videos constantly on mobile channels. Consistency can mean a lot of things. It can mean that you upload a video once every 2 weeks. It can mean once a month, but I think once a week, if you can keep an active channel going, if you upload videos once a week, I think is nice. Especially if it's the type of videos that take a while to make. But if you're just, what I would do if I didn't have a lot of time for YouTube and I still want to do Lego stuff, I would just do a weekly update. And maybe if I'm ever super busy, I'll do this. It's just like, hey, it's Saturday, guys. Here's what I worked on the last week. I built this set. I'm working on this one. I got this thing done. I've just ordered this and it's coming in the mail. And just kind of do like a 5-minute video, like a recap of everything that happened. Or you could do sort of what Ryan does with his vlogs, where he records a little bit each day and then just makes one video at the end. I think that's kind of a cool concept too. So that way you don't get overwhelmed with all the stuff you have going on, because I know life takes its toll. Oh, Papa Bear says, smell of baking Christmas goods filling the house. We're doing chocolate chip cookies this weekend, I think. So I'll probably be about 600 pounds next time you guys see me. Yeah, Maniac, that's exactly what you need to do. All right, we've been going for 47. If you guys have any more topics you want to talk about, we can keep this going for a little bit longer, but I'm probably going to wrap it up here pretty soon. I don't like to overstay my welcome. We covered a lot in this stream. But if you guys have any last-minute requests or things that you'd really like me to cover or discuss or talk about, I'd be happy to do that. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up here a little bit. Sally has a quick question here. It says, when's mail time? Last week, I got 3 letters in the mail, so I held that off. I'm going to keep stacking until we get enough to kind of justify making a video on. I didn't feel like that was quite enough for that. So we're going to end up wrapping it up like a burrito, according to Golden Light. Oh, here's an important thing. Papa Bear has an official retirement date. It's good news. He told me 2 years. He'll be but a wee little lad when he retires, and then he's going to go all in on Lego YouTube. I want to see desk builds every single day. If you guys don't know Papa Bear, Addison Versus, he's one of my friends here on YouTube. He's done a lot for me, and I really appreciate the people that have had my back. I can't tell you how many friends that I've gotten in the last year here on YouTube. It's been fantastic. Just meeting a ton of people. I feel so much support in this community. And even though we don't have the biggest community, and I've said this before, but I think it needs said again, because I haven't said it in a while. Even though we don't have the biggest community on Brickitect or Brickitect Live for that matter, I feel like it may be one of the strongest communities in the Lego space. I feel like there's a lot of solid people in here, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So I just want to thank all of you guys for taking time out of your night tonight, and all the time that you spend watching our crazy videos, you know, and not watching Ryan's World or taking time away from Ryan's World to watch our videos. You guys are really awesome for that, and I'm going to keep trying to make as good videos as I can for you guys, putting time into it, and coming with the content, coming with the deals when they happen, and also live streams and games and family vlogs and whatever the heck else we do. Drawitect become a thing, and of course lunch with my son. So on that, guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. It's been a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, kindly leave me a like on your way out. And we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll probably get on some AliExpress business. So we'll see you guys then.